Hey everybody, this is Becky Browning with Wallflower Greetings and welcome to Crafty Trails episode 7. And if you haven't watched one of my Crafty Trails episodes, this is all about crafting on the go and traveling and still being creative. So today I'm going to play with punches again. I had an episode a couple of Wednesdays before where I just showed you some quick projects, how to make flowers using some of our punches. So today I'm going to attempt to make a ladybug. And I've seen these all over Pinterest. So I kind of have the concept, and we all kind of know, you know, if you picture a ladybug, there's some key components that are pretty easy to make using punches, even though I haven't really attempted to do this yet. So we're going to figure this out together and see what we come up with. So I have a variety of punches here, and I'm not sure what all I'm going to use. I just kind of have some thoughts in mind, so I pulled out some punches based on kind of the things that I want to, you know, make for my ladybug. Of course, you need a body, so this large 2-inch circle is going to be for the body. And I think there's a couple of ways to do this. You could have the wings kind of parted open or closed, and I think in this case, just for simplicity, I'm going to keep the wings closed. So you're also going to need, besides punches, you're going to need some paper. So I've got some cardstock here, and I don't need a whole lot. I've got real red and basic black to punch my pieces out of. You're also going to need some adhesive, so I've got a variety of different adhesives here. I've got my snail, and if you're going to use snail with small pieces, then you're going to need something like a silicone sheet. Of course, I couldn't find mine, so I'm using something that works pretty well. Maybe not quite as good, but it does work if you get in a pinch. This is a sheet, the sticker sheet that your stickers come on when you buy the stamps, the clear mount or the rubber wood mount stamps. So I've got that for my small pieces so that the adhesive doesn't stick to my project or stick to my surface or anything like that. The other thing, I've got a couple of other types of adhesive, of course, for dimension. I've got dimensionals, and then I've also got this Tombow glue, liquid glue. So we'll just kind of, as we go along, kind of figure out what adhesive might work best for each piece. So I'm going to pull these aside now. You might notice, and I don't know if I'm going to use this. This is a 1 3/8 circle punch, which Stampin' Up! Does sell, but it looks different. I bought this way back when they were doing the whale tail punches. And so it's the only one I have, but just to let you know that nowadays, if you buy a punch, they come as a lockdown punch, so they're flatter, which I love. It's better for storage. So this is just an older one. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside and start with the main body. So I've got my large circle here. All right, and so I want my body, of course, the wings, because I'm going to have them closed, I want that in red. So I'm going to go ahead and punch out a red circle. Open it up and just punch this out. Okay, and so there's my circle. So I'm going to set that aside. Let's see, now what else? I'm going to need a head for my body, which I'm going to do in black. And I think I'm going to use this smaller punch. We'll see what the proportions look like. But I think it's going to work just fine. This is the 1-inch circle punch. So I'm going to do my little head here, punch him out. Okay, there's that. I think that's going to, oops, well, I actually cut it off. I didn't mean to do that, but that might work better actually. So let me just see what this is going to look like. Yeah, that's going to be cute, I think. That'll be just fine. So if you mess up and cut something off, don't worry, don't panic. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now we need, we're going to need some kind of spots, or, you know, the dots, the black dots that you see on ladybug wings. And there's lots of things that you could do to make those. I have this, what do they call this in the catalog? It is in the annual catalog, and it is the I call it the gingerbread man punch. I'm not quite sure that that's the true name of it, but anyway, it is, makes you know, gingerbread men and things. But they have all these little pieces here. And so there's a couple of really little bitty, tiny circles I imagine just for buttons or eyes. There's also these larger round circles, and then there's also a heart. So I could pick any one of those depending on what I wanted to use to make my little wings. So I think I'm going to go ahead and punch out these 3 here, which is the heart and the 2 larger circles here, and just kind of play with it and see what would look best. So let's do that. So I'm going to grab my black, and I'm going to have to do quite a few of these. Now it's probably best to have a little cup or a little something to put these little small shapes in, because they're easily lost. And what I'm going to do is I've got it lined up, and I want to turn it over and punch, because if I don't, they're going to fly everywhere and I'll never find it. And I'll also hit my camera in the process. So it'll be easier if I just lay it down and use the table, although I'm bumping everything. Sorry about that. So maybe I won't do that next time. But here, now I've got some little things here, and it looks like I didn't get the heart. At least I don't see it. But there's 2 little circles. And we're going to need quite a few of these. And you're going to have little bits of paper everywhere. That's just what happens when you do this kind of work. But that's part of the fun. So I've got it in here again. Let me see. Yeah, I guess that I got the heart. I just didn't recognize it. But let's just see if I can get it this time. Okay, so that's that right there is trash. It looks like there's my heart. It's teeny. It's smaller than what I realized. So I don't think I'm going to go with the heart. It's very, very small. So here's my body. Let me just see how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to go with the circles, because I think that'll look better if I can pick them up. That's the problem too. You might, you know, tweezers might work good for this, you know, to hang on to things for placement as well. These are kind of big, but I kind of like it. I think it'll be fine. I'm going to probably do 3 or so on each side. Let me see how that looks. Kind of around the circle here on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm going to like that. So I'll do 2 more of these little dots to go on this other side here. Okay, so let me do that real quick. Okay. And then I got to decide, how do I want to glue these little pieces on, because they are pretty small. And I think I'm actually going to use glue dots, which I didn't get out. That one got chopped off. I'm going to do another one. But I think I'm going to get glue dots, because I think that'll be the easiest for these little bitty pieces. And I'll show you kind of how that works. So let me get 1 more dot. Okay, I think I got it this time. Let's see how this works. And I hope I have some glue dots handy. That may be a problem. Uh-oh. See? It's easy to lose these little things. Let me see. Where'd it go? There it is. There's one of them. Okay, here we are. I think this is it. So these are my dots for my wings. So let me see if I can have some glue dots handy. Yep, I think I do. Maybe. I need to get some more. Maybe out of them. Ah, I think I found some. All right. Don't you just love how I'm digging around for stuff on camera? That's part of crafting too, by the way. It just happens. But yes, here's my glue dots. So I'm going to use those. It comes on a roll, and this is real easy to do. A lot easier than trying to glue these on with liquid glue, which would get everywhere. So you want to find your dot and stick your dot to the roll. Actually, you know, to the sticky dot. So I'm just going to stick these on here, and then I will pull them off. Probably with with a pokey tool, probably would be the easiest for placement. Let me put these on real quick. Okay, got 2 more. Oh, come here, hard to pick up. I hope you guys have been enjoying weather. I know in some parts of the world right now, they've got a big blizzard going on here in the Northeast, and it's terrible. I mean, it's epic proportions. It's terrible. There's been deaths and lots of people without power, and it's pretty sad. Definitely say some prayers for those people that are struggling. I know down here where I am, the weather has been beautiful. So definitely a sharp contrast to what's going on elsewhere. Okay, so I've got my dots on there. So I'm just going to pull them off now and stick them on my body here where I think they should go. And I'm trying not to press too hard in case I decide I don't like the placement of them. Oops, this one's sticking to my finger. All right, I said I was going to use my pokey tool, but I'm just using my fingers here. And I think that's cute. So I'm just going to mash them down so they stay in place and do the other side. Okay. There we go. Now the other thing I need is I need probably a black marker. Let's see. Oops, that's in the wrong place. Okay. So what I do need now is I need a black marker because I want to make a line to divide the wings. So let me see if I have one of those handy. Again, I'm going to have to search around. I've been traveling, so unfortunately things are still not intact. Can you believe it? It takes me a while to get everything back in its place. So I've got kind of a wreck going on here. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can find a marker. It looks like, no. Let's see. Looking for a stand and write marker, a black one. And I'm not finding it. I'm finding all other colors. So I'm just going to use, in this case, a Sharpie. Here we go. So here's a very, well, wrong color. Let's see. All right. So I've got a couple of different options for Sharpies. I've got a really fine tip one and then one that's a little thicker. I'm going to just test these out on my white scratch paper and see which one I like. Yeah, I think that's too fine. That one looks like it's drying out a little bit, but might be good enough for this project. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a line down the middle here. Straight as I can. I'm not very straight. You could use a ruler if you want to be precise. Okay, I don't know if you can see that in the camera. So there's my little wing division where the wings are. Okay. All right, so the next thing is I want to glue on the head of my butterfly. I keep wanting to call it a butterfly. Of my ladybug. For this one, I'm just going to use some snail. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put snail on the top, on the back of the main body. I'll just do that. I'm going to go turn it over and run some adhesive along the top of that circle. And now I'm just going to stick the head of the butterfly on. Now, of course, I'm going to keep this because I have a little bit of adhesive there and I don't want it sticking to my paper, so I'm going to work with him on my little craft sheet here now so that he doesn't stick to anything. All right, so you can already tell this is looking really good. It's looking like a little ladybug. So now, let me get this little bit of trash out of the way, maybe. There we go. All right, so now we've got that. So now we need some antennae. And so, oh, there's my trash. Okay. So I think I'm going to do 2 more little dots, which I used on the wings. I'm going to do that again. And then I got to figure out, okay, what am I going to attach them to for the antenna? So let me think about that a minute. I think I'm going to use a circle, and they'll be kind of rounded, which I don't know in nature if the antennae of these little guys are rounded or not, but we're going to do that. Creative license, right? Oops, cut that off. Do another one. Okay. Okay, I think I got it this time. Nope. Dang, I'm still having trouble. Let me just do, I'm just going to do more. No, I get it. Okay, here we go. All right, so now I got to dig through and find my little round circles. Here we go. So here's the circles for the antennae. Let's get rid of this stuff. All the trash. Okay, so now I'm going to take the, let's see, which size? I think I'm going to try this 1 3/8 circle punch, and I'm going to cut a circle out of the black, and then I'm going to use, let me see, how can I do this? I want just a sliver. I don't know if I can slide it in there like this or not. Let me see how I can do this. That might not work. You know what? I think I'm just going to use scissors and cut mine out. So let's just do that. So grab some scissors. And, you know, I'm not someone who is good at cutting out things, but I think I can handle this. I think all I'm going to do is just follow the curve of my circle and just cut out, you know, a little sliver for the antennae. Yeah, to the best of my ability. So there it is. It might be a little wide, but we'll play with it and see. So I'm going to do 2 of those. So I'm going to cut the other side. Okay. So there's my slivers. Okay. So now I'm going to use my snail again, and we're going to try to adhere this. So I'm going to flip my Ladybug over. So we're going to adhere this to the back of his little head, kind of where the curves are turned in, if that makes sense. And that might be a little too curvy. I don't know. Let me see how this is going to work. Or maybe a little long. So I'm going to cut this off a little bit. Scissors, where'd you go? All right. So we'll just cut off a little bit of this antenna so we just have a little bit to work with here. And I want the pointy end, you know, sticking up. So let's do that. Okay. All right, let's try this now. Oops. So I'm just going to put some glue on the tippy tip of that antenna and stick it on. It's almost look like devil horns. I'm not sure how this is going to look like, but maybe once we get the little round circles glued to the top of the antennae, maybe that will make it look right. We'll see. All right. Hope I'm in the camera here. All right. Oops. Did I glue the wrong side? I did. Let's try this again. All right. And okay, that's cute. All right, there we go. Like I said, right now, it looks like a scary ladybug. So we're going to fix that by putting the dots on the, or these little dots on the top for the antennae. So I'm going to use my glue dots again. Oops. Find them. There they are. Okay. So I'm going to stick them on there. And come here, you. Chase these things around. Oops. Get on there. All right. So now I'm just going to, I've turned my little bug right side up, and I'm just going to stick these to the top of my, to the top of the antennae, like that. Hopefully I'm in the camera. Keep moving out. I apologize. Okay. There's my other one. Here it is. Okay, so pull that off, stick him to the top of my antennae, like that. Oops, not to my finger. There we go. Okay, that is better. That really fixed it, right? I mean, that looks a lot better. That is cute. Now, I could do legs and things like that, but I just think it's cute just like that. So I think he's done. What do you think? I like it. Very simple, really. It didn't really, in the scheme of things, I was planning it out, but this didn't take very long at all. So now you could just attach this to a card or to a little gift package or whatever you'd like to do with it. So that is my project for the day. I hope you liked it. It was a lot of fun to make it. And so just so you know, we are going to be making these this weekend. So if you are in the Dallas, Garland area, I hope that you will join me. I'm doing a punch party, and you'll have punch and cookies, and you'll make some great projects using punches, just like we did here. So this is one of our projects. I'm not sure what we're going to put it on yet, but that is one of the projects that we will be making. So I hope that you will join me. Now, if you live out of the area or you can't come, I have an offer for you. Once the event is over, I'll have the opportunity for those who couldn't attend to order a project kit. So you'll have all the pieces basically already punched out for you, and then that way you can put together your own projects that we made during the class. So that is what's coming up. There's also another class this weekend. It's a Stamp-A-Stack where you make 16 cards for 4 different designs, and so that's going to be a lot of fun as well. And we're going to feature the birthday pandas from the Celebration brochure. So if you're not familiar with Celebration, it is the biggest sale of the year for Stampin' Up! And it's great because for every $50 you spend, you get a free item from the Celebration brochure. And there's lots of great options, and we'll be working with some of those this weekend. But here's just some samples. I don't know which one we're going to make, but here's a sample. Here's another one. So these are all just made with the pandas. And I love this stamp set. It's just so cute. So another reason I'm showing you this is because I am featuring this paper here. This is part of my online order special for March. So it's, only March only. You'll have a few more days. And by the way, Celebration also ends March 31st. So you only have a short period of time to get your hands on some of this great product. But this paper here is that I used in all of these samples is from the Occasion Spring Catalog. And it is my part of my online order special for the month of March. So in March, when you order $50 or more from me using a special host code, which I will post down below in the comments, then you will get a package free of this Designer Series paper. It's 2-sided 6x6 paper that has all these pretty colors, and on one side it has a pattern like the stripes here, and then on the other side it'll have things like here's confetti and these balloons where it's called Picture Perfect Birthday. So that's the reason why, because it's a picture of, this one has a picture of balloons. There's some that have cupcakes, I think cupcakes. What else is in there? Balloons, circles, was something else, a whole bunch of different things, icing, and all kinds of things that you would associate with birthday. Oh, party hats. So all kinds of things that you would associate with birthdays. So that is part of my online order special for March. So that's when you spend $50 and you use the special host code on my online store. Now, in addition to that, because you spend $50, you also get to pick one item from the Celebration brochure. The other offer that I have is that if you spend $100 in my online store, then with using the special host code, then you will also get something that I've never offered before. This is an actual stamp set from the Occasions catalog. The reason I'm offering it is because March is all about birthdays, and I'm saying that it is because this is my birthday month, so I want to celebrate that with you by offering something really special. So this is the free item. You get this item free when you spend $100 or more in my online store using the special host code. So this is called picture perfect birthday. It's the stamp set that actually coordinates with the designer series paper. And that suite has a whole lot of other items in the catalog, in the occasions catalog. If you don't have a catalog and you want one, please contact me. I would love to send you one and add you to my mailing list. So then again, because it's March and we're coming towards the end of celebration, because you spent $100 in my online store, not only do you get these 2 free items, because you actually get the stamp set and the paper from me, then you also get to pick 1 or 2 items from the celebration catalog, depending on what you pick from there. So it's a great deal. That's a lot of free stuff. $100 gets you 4 free items, 2 from me and at least 1 to 2 from celebration. So I hope that you will take advantage of that. Again, I will post the host code down below so that you can place your order, or I can also help you place your order if you would like to do that. All you need to do is contact me, and I'll post that as well, but my email is wallflowergreetings@gmail.com. So you can definitely just email me and contact me, and I'll help you place your order. So thank you so much for watching, whether you're watching now or you watch later. I appreciate you. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up and also share it with your friends. The last thing I want to mention is that be sure to comment to get your name into a prize drawing that will be done towards the end of the month for the month of March. So thank you so much. Please have a great evening. Be safe, and I will see you next week.